Welcome in, everyone. It is Wednesday, June 25th, and it is so good to see you. We are discussing Sebastian Rogers, and really, I think that your all voices are being heard. You're all writing, you're reporting the misconduct that you're seeing, in your opinion, from Sumner County, and I believe we're possibly being heard. I think showtime's coming, and some people are going to have some explaining to do soon, because you just can't ignore the father of a missing child and call that ethical. Let me play something for you.
Update on the search for Sebastian Rogers. This is the first time we've heard from you in a while, and that's because you guys have been busy investigating.
That's right.
Anything new to report at this stage?
No, sir.
Nothing. 5 weeks.
No, sir.
He seems very non-passionate about the situation, and that interview frustrates me. You know why it frustrates me? Because we don't hear from him. That was in April of 2024. We're not going to tolerate an agency that ignores tips. We say they ignore tips because Seth made it all the way to Bristol, Virginia for a sighting, and they had never made contact. Our Oregon eyewitness filed a police report that was sent to Hendersonville police from Oregon. No one ever contacted her until Dog and At Night got involved. But we're not going to tolerate it, and you all aren't. You're writing letters. I'm writing letters. We're sending them everywhere. Because an agency that ignores tips and is rude to the father, the only parent, wanting updates, not posting anything about Sebastian on their social media, having the last seen dates wrong and different on various flyers, and saying to the father that he doesn't care what the public and his constituents think. Is that okay? No. It's never okay. It's absolutely unthinkable in any circumstance where someone is supposed to be protecting and serving the public. But with a missing child, in my opinion, it is disgusting and incomprehensible. This is for entertainment purposes only. You're going to be hearing my opinion, my speculation, and my theory. Please don't take it at your own. Please, please form your own opinions. No one's being accused. This is all alleged. But I think the bigger question is, why? Why would someone who's taken the oath to honor, protect, and serve? Why would a lead agency behave this way? Why would a lead agency who's not been able to find a missing teen for 16 months not call in the U.S. Marshals or Team Adam from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children? Anyone and everyone.
Sheriff's Chief Deputy Eric Craddock talking a bit about an update on the search for Sebastian Rogers. This is the first time we've heard from you in a while, and that's because you guys have been busy investigating.
That's right.
Anything new to report at this stage?
No, sir.
Nothing. 5 weeks.
No, sir.
And he doesn't elaborate. He just sits there. And he looks afraid, in my opinion, but he just sits there. He's not sitting up. He's not adding any information. We care about Sebastian. Nothing. Or we're coming for you, whoever did this. Nothing. Just, no, sir. And kind of slouched in his chair. The big question is why? But the days are coming, because if you look all over social media, the public has had it and it is being reported all over. You can't go on social media without people talking about their disappointment and disgust for Sumner County handling this case. I'll read you a couple of comments. Here is one comment from someone from the public. The lack of urgency or compassion for a human life, a child's life, displayed by a sheriff and lead detective is flat out gross and despicable, in my opinion. Shame on Tennessee for allowing their local sheriffs and police departments to simply brush off important situations that concern children, and other agencies, as we will know in Tennessee, not doing their jobs. Shame on you, Tennessee. That's another public comment. We don't tolerate it. They're children. There is absolutely no excuse for it in our opinion, my opinion. So let's ask why. Because the question is why. When you see the world going angry on social media for almost a year, but it's escalating, and you see a father May 21st in front of the local television saying he won't help me, I need help. He says he doesn't care what his public and the constituents think. He's not holding any more press conferences, all of that. No care. Why? I think that's the question. And we have a retired FBI agent who weighed in too, and I'll be playing that for you at the end. But let's go over my questions of why. Why refuse help when it could rescue or recover a child? Let's speculate. A speculation, investigation procedures may not have been followed, and they don't want that revealed. For instance, no forensics on the home, for example, or last seen date being wrong on flyers for over a year. Well, the public thinks it's a botched investigation. They didn't do their job. Why not follow all leads? And we know they're not all being followed. Let's speculate. One, they have a theory in their heads, and that's it. Nothing else is worth looking into. Two, the public thinks it's involvement. Why not communicate with a father desperate to find his child? Number one, there's just no reason to speculate that. I can't come up with anything. Two, the public thinks there are relationships that deem conflict of interest with the other parent and step-parent and his family. Why not update the public, the local public, the neighborhood public, of their safety? Was it a stranger? Should they be alarmed? Was it something else? Let's speculate why not. Number one, they don't want questions. So their strategy is to ignore, but their oath is to make the public feel safe. What does the public think? Why they're not getting an update? Because he knows who it is and he doesn't want to discuss it, even for his constituents' safety. Why not post about Sebastian? You're the lead agency. You haven't called anyone else in. No marshals are coming. So why aren't you posting? Why aren't you asking the public for any help? Why aren't you keeping the case out there alive? Let's speculate. Number one, he wants it to go away. Why? Why are we trying to hide from this? The public thinks he's hiding something. What is their duty? Their duty is to serve and protect, not to slouch in a chair and say one word, nothing, no sir, no sir, nothing. And not after weeks, and now it's been over a year, but at this time, weeks, not give any information, just one answer, one word. Does that look like a sheriff who's passionate? Does that look like a sheriff who is ready to do what it takes? Does it sound like a sheriff who's ready to do what it takes? In my opinion, it doesn't. What is their duty? It's to serve and protect. So let's ask ourselves. They've seen it escalating from the public, and they've seen it escalating and escalating and escalating. So why would they risk their careers by not doing this when they hear the public and the rage and the upset and the frustration rising? What's the flippant attitude, allegedly? In my opinion, malfeasance, wrongful conduct by a public official, misconduct, unethical actions, and improper behavior. Because when you treat a father like that, that is improper. His child is missing. They're supposed to have honor, a commitment to the public, to service, to assist and safeguard the community. Yet they gave no direction to the community, no guidance of their safety. They still have not. Dedicated to upholding the law and ensuring the safety of the public. Yet there have been nothing. Sebastian deserves better. All children deserve better. Seth Rogers deserves better. Sumner County residents deserve better. But friends, it's about to be showtime in my opinion, because too many people at too many high levels in DC and all over the United States have been contacted. And their eyes are on this. And when they see a missing, vulnerable child that someone refuses to say his name, refuses to post about him, refuses to do a press conference for him, refuses to tell the public what they should be doing to protect themselves regarding this situation. It just simply is not okay. Let's listen to FBI agent Jen Coffindaffer weighing in on the situation. Two of her words were freaking disappointing.
But you know who is owed something? Seth Rogers is owed something. If Katie and Chris Proudfoot are not subjects of the investigation, they are owed something. Parents are owed something. And I say that not from an armchair quarterback spot. I am saying that from the spot of somebody who has worked missing children, multiple cases, either on them covering leads or been the case agent or been in charge of the command post. It is absolutely not at all acceptable for Craddock or the detective or somebody to reach out to these parents with monthly updates. I don't care if that update is, we have no update. If that update is, listen, we got 50 tips in and all of them were bad. Or guess what? We have 0 tips in, 0. And for law enforcement not to communicate, for law enforcement to have the wrong date of disappearance, TBI and Sumner, for them not to have a more up-to-date photo is remiss. And I think you can see how, geez, how can you have any confidence? And I quite frankly think Craddock, this is not in his windshield. This is in his rear view.
In his rear view. Keep writing your letters. TikTok, showtime's coming. Accountability's coming, in my opinion. Too many higher ups are being written to, contacted, spoken to, legislatures from all of our states. You're all rock. You're amazing. Keep it up. I mean, we have an FBI agent right here shocked. What is going on with law enforcement was the title of Break the Cases video. Credit to them. Let's bring Sebastian home. Let's pray. Keep putting on the pressure to call in the marshals. Every letter you write, please ask them to stand by Seth Rogers and encourage Sumner County to call in the U.S. Marshals. Sebastian Rogers deserves it. Seth Rogers deserves it. Sumner County deserves it. Talk soon, my friends. Showtime is coming. Too many people are all over social media aghast. Tennessee cannot turn away from this. Craddock cannot ignore this, in my opinion. Talk soon, friends.